Yeah.
I love you, baby. I love you, baby.
Yeah, I love you too. Who's out texting you?
Nobody, baby. Don't worry about it.
Nobody. It says Tina. Who the fuck is Tina? Who the fuck is Tina?
Bitch, you know what? Get your shit and get out.
You know what? I love you, babe, but maybe we should take a break.
A break? Maybe you should kiss my ass.
Sound familiar? You're in a relationship and this shit ain't working. It's time for the truth. This is the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Voice of Reason has returned to Dash Radio. You know how we do. More topics, more discussion. And again, I always like to say this is a caller-driven show. So with that said, you know we want your participation. We want you to call in. The number to dial, Whitney Tabor, is what?
1-844-55-1. Ladies and gentlemen, call us. 1-844-55-1.
Oh, somebody got a little professional, huh? I like the way it sounds. Yeah. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Today's topic is a doozy. Are open relationships / marriages the future of intimate relationship? What are the pros and cons of this relationship experience? Man, some would say if you're dating, you're really in an open relationship, even if you consider yourselves to be exclusive or monogamous, because really there's no real rule except your word that holds you to the obligation of being faithful to somebody if you're not married to them. That's what they say. I don't know how smart they are, the people who are saying it, but hey, a lot of people believe it. Can you truly and unconditionally love more than one person at the same time? I think you can. I think you can love more than one person at the same time. But our moral pope has returned to the show, and she might say, but should you? 844-55-1 is the number to dial. We're talking about open relationships. Maybe you feel like an open relationship is more conducive to your personal happiness, but haven't done it yet for fear of retribution in terms of judgment. Somebody gonna call you a hoe, right? Or somebody's gonna call you immoral, or if it's a man, you're being childish, and, you know, when you grow up, you'll be ready to be with just one woman. Maybe open relationships, we're honest about it, might be the new freedom. I don't know. We've got our people in the building, our panel. I want to introduce everybody on the deck right now. We have Ashanti Ford in the building.
How we doing?
Indeed. To her left, none other than the young gun, the flower child. You know who she is. Whitney T. Beasy.
Yo, what's poppin', Zoe? Happy Monday, man. I'm turned up today. Y'all better get in and call, because I'm going to talk some craziness.
It's going to be crazy. And then our moral compass, the nope. Right? Nope. Her holiness, the nope, right? Is back in the building. Of course, that is none other than Neecole Cockerham.
What up?
And on the phone, our spiritual guide, our axis of spiritual enlightenment, Veronica Conway is in the building. What up, VC?
Hey, y'all. I've never been called that before, but I'll take it.
Hey, you know,
Veronica.
we handing out all types of names. Everybody gonna get a name at some point as soon as I figure out what you do. Right? But let's talk about open relationships. There are a lot of celebrities in open relationships. Some people say Will Smith and Jada are in an open relationship. I've never heard them say it, but maybe they are. We know Monique and her husband have come out and said that they're in an open relationship. Do you think open relationships are a more healthier form of relationship, healthier form of relating than monogamous ones? Speak to me, VC.
Well, the question is, what's the alternative? Because what is a closed relationship?
Sounds like some
And
bullshit
what
to
are you
me.
really saying?
Right.
What are you saying when you're saying, I want a closed relationship? It's like being in a scenario where you cut off all options. You sort of cut off the lifeblood, the very thing that makes people alive and feel connected and vibrant. I think that when you go into this thing called commitment, you, by definition, kind of shut down the life in a relationship.
And somebody gonna disagree, and I can tell. She's just grunting.
Sure.
No way.
It's how you
don't
get out.
you don't even know my position on this. And I got a lot of positions.
You got a lot of positions. Oh, shit. Well, fold yourself up there, Neecole. Let's see. I'm just saying, do you think, listen, most relationships end because of infidelity, right?
Right.
So in a way, we're all kind of participating in an open...
Actually, most relationships end because of financial problems.
Oh, no, it's always dick pussy.
Wow.
Don't ever get it twisted. Dick pussy is some crimes of passion type shit.
I think it's romance without finance equals a nuisance.
Oh, so that means the pussy is for sale.
Oh, that means the pussy is broke. Deep.
No, the man's wallet is broke. The pussy has
Right.
all of the bread.
There it is.
Point.
I don't believe, if you're a woman, I don't believe you should be hungry or homeless. You got to be worth what you're sitting on.
You have to, what? You're saying prostitute yourself.
To some certain degree, if that's what you'd like to title it, if you feel the need to title it.
That sounds just like a pope. In favor of sexual misconduct. Let me ask Ashanti. Ashanti, what is your take on open relationships?
I mean, I guess first, what is an open relationship? Maybe everybody has a different definition of it, but I think that you should be open in all your relationships.
Interesting.
For me, I guess an open relationship would be based on communication, which I obviously want in any relationship I'm in.
But we're talking about sex.
We're talking
Open
about
sex,
the
right?
right to
Like, I can have sex with John and then go home to Bill and get it popping too, and he knows it and I know. That's what we're talking about.
Right.
So I need to know if Ashanti is down with the get down with all the downs. You feel me?
That's what I was just gonna say the same damn thing. Go ahead, Whit.
Had to.
I'm just not with the sharing my penis. You know, like I'm not a jealous person, but what's mine is mine.
You're not with
first off, the
knowing you're
penis-
sharing your penis
Yeah.
because more
the
than
penis
likely
is
you
never
are.
yours.
So wait, but if you're not with the sharing of the penis, are you cool with like bringing another chick in?
I would on occasion. I think I've even said that before. I
So
would
her
on
door
occasion.
is halfway open. She's like,
Yummification.
Let's say we like go on a cruise or go on some trip or something. We can have a little bit of fun.
Yes.
Not behind my back, though, is what I'm talking about.
see, I feel like for myself, I would be down for some of that extra fun.
Yeah.
Let's bring some friends in. Let's get it popping. But if you guys try to have a party without me, I'm going to be pissed off.
Exactly.
But
There's always-
that's when it gets crazy. Because
Someone's always going to be left a little angry.
My thing is, like, you can't leave me. I'm the one who started the party. Y'all can't run off into the sunset without your boy. You feel me? I'm not doing it.
I'm gonna be honest. Did you say your boy?
She did.
Wow.
Just a saying.
Let me just replay that. You know what I think is incredibly sexy? Like your girl picking a girl that she thinks you would like. I just need it to happen. Let's just open up the whole relationship scenario. 844-55-1. Is an open marriage detrimental or open relationship detrimental to the growth of two people? Does it invite bickering and jealousies and you're spending too much time with this one versus that one?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh, this sounds like some shit the Pope has done. Speak on it, pimp.
I absolutely have celebrated and lived in an open relationship.
Really? Talk to us about
Selected
your
someone for
experience.
my mate, and my mate has selected someone for me, and we have all gotten down, and we have all had big fun.
So he brought a man in.
She brought another woman in.
Oh, excuse me.
Get it, Neecole.
Lick that jelly box, girl.
You know what?
It's done come full circle up in this motherfucker today.
We all kept it open, very mature, which I don't know if you gonna be able to qualify for that, Ashanti.
Wow.
Boom.
Very mature, a lot of communication, a lot of respect, and a lot of just living your own life, living your own world. You know what, though? The thing about this is, I'm not just here for, Los Angeles. I'm not just from Berkeley. I've lived and traveled all over the world. And I think that there's a lot of beautiful things and beautiful people out there. And it'd be ashamed if you couldn't try the ones you wanted.
Wow. Are humans biologically monogamous? If not, is monogamy a healthy relationship construct for human beings? Or is it a coerced, socially coerced, forced construct? Are we naturally taste testers? 844-55-1.
Yeah.
How about it?
Like 31 flavors. That's why they have the little spoons, man. Come on.
Ain't this some ingredients? This sounds
Hey,
like Whitney is a foodie.
I definitely am. But I want to know, I wish some of our callers from like other countries would call in, because I feel like they're tasting it all in Greece. They get, I'm trying to, 30th birthday, we're going to do that. Greece, you feel me? Like something, I need.
They got the beautiful island of Crete in Greece.
You said freak or Crete?
Crete.
Oh,
Crete.
my bad. I thought we were.
I could definitely name some places for you.
No,
you got the island of Copenhagen in Thailand. I mean, there's places where
is this the Voice of Reason or the Travel Channel? Can we get back to the topic?
We're talking to opulent indulgence when I mention these places.
So you're a
this type of life. No, I'm not a hedonist.
I know Veronica is. Speak on it, Veronica.
MacDime.
You said that I'm a hedonist?
Yeah, why not? Shit.
No, I think I've had a lot of the
Veronica, if you listen, Veronica, I don't want you to hide behind. I mean, don't hide. We can sense that you're a freak. I can sense it, right?
Well, that's different than business. And so
yes, it is. No.
What I mean by that is I have had a lot of sexual immaturity and jealousy literally burned out of me. Oh. Right? Because when you think about it, the whole idea is about a person as property is ridiculous. Right? People belong to themselves.
You mean like Ashanti talking about my dick, that concept?
Yeah.
Right.
Go
People
deeper.
belong to themselves. They don't belong to you. We're just here to sort of experience each other as we pass through this place, right? And so one of the things I think is such a misconception that it's only women that want to be monogamous. I think that sex is far more of a women's thing. If a woman is being properly interacted with and she's being fucked right, like for real,
that's what I'm saying.
Then she's going to, by definition, want variety and want to be open. This whole thing about her needing to have control and monogamy, it's just, none of it is, it's the way she's been programmed. It has nothing to do with reality.
Who's the author of this narrative? That programming? Who's
the church?
The church.
The Pope.
Oh, Neecole got him.
State and church. Absolutely. Because that's that binding agreement.
Right. So we have a caller on line 3. Jason from LA. You're on the Voice of Reason. Holla at me, pimp.
Well, I've heard many things over the years that people have said, in reference to relationships. And to be honest with you, a lot of people that I've run into, especially nowadays, have run into the I want to be single but in a relationship
situation.
I mean, think about it. When you're on social media or just out hanging out with your friends, people are always talking about side chick this, side dude this. Why do we even have that?
Right. I think it's
the foundation of a relationship is love and trust. Now, what most women want is security. Mm-hmm. It's one of the reasons why a lot of women are attracted to taller men, because they feel as if they're protected.
This nigga's a sociologist. Well, could you say more, brother? I like it. Go deeper. Shit.
So So whenever a woman wants to wear her heels when she goes out, I see it in LA all the time. I like taller guys because I want a guy that, because when they're wearing their heels, they want to feel like when they go out that this dude can protect them. When a woman's with a shorter guy, and a lot of times there's an insecurity that goes along with that. Now, most women, they have their own. They'll take care of their own, and they don't necessarily need a man. But what they want is security. They want security financially. I mean, look at some of the comedic videos. I saw one just the other day. It was a guy. He came home. He's like, yo, baby, I lost my job. And she's like, that's okay. And he lays and puts his head in her chest, and you slowly see her disappear.
No, I didn't see that.
Well, it's
I've seen it. I'm an
literally
Instagrammer.
The post that I was looking at had like 20,000 likes or whatever. People just cracking up over it because of that financial security that goes along with that. It's security in general, and men typically want respect. Man, don't be disrespecting me. Dudes are quick to pop off at somebody if they, quote, disrespect them. But to disrespect, which means you have to remove respect from yourself. And so when someone disrespects me, they're not necessarily disrespecting me. They're actually making me respect them less.
So open relationship,
so
are you with it?
About in a
Okay, Jason,
I have a question for you.
Hold on, Jason.
Sure.
A bit of a filibuster. We love what you just dropped.
No, for sure.
Can we take it from here? Just hand us the baton. Just hang up the phone slowly. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate the call.
Call back soon, Jason.
The number to dial is 844-55-1. Jason was a great caller. He is a sociologist. You can tell he went to school, USC. Good stuff, man. I love the conversation. Ashanti.
Okay, so I have a question. I mean, call it maturity or immaturity, whatever the case. In terms of an open relationship, though, that means that you could do whatever you want without the permission of your mate,
No,
right?
it doesn't.
Okay, so define an open relationship for me. Maybe I'm missing it.
Well, open relationships are like any relationships. They're a set of rules agreed upon.
By both parties.
By both
At
parties.
all times.
At all
So if it
times.
happens outside of communication, then it's foul. Even in an open
Yeah,
relationship.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right,
We're
you
on the
go,
same page.
you go lick a monkey ass, and you guys didn't agree to that. Yeah.
It's like, get that leaping lemur out of here.
Yeah, right. The fuck?
Can I let you guys in on a little secret that I think that most women do not understand about men? Because I have been a pretty clear stand in my relationships with sort of my position. I interact with Machama. We can absolutely experience this love together. And, I require my freedom. And I will tell you, and I don't think most women would ever guess this, men are the ones that have the difficulty with open relationships. It's not women. And you don't figure that out until you put it to the test.
It's true.
And I'm talking about stomp down alpha males, masters of the universe that are like, wait a minute.
This is my pussy,
I know that I've
motherfucker.
done it, and I know that I've messed around, and I know that
Where
I've
my
done it.
pussy
but
been
you're
today?
actually wanting to be honest with me about it. It's deep peace.
Let's ask this question then, because
They say they want it, but they can't handle
let's
it.
ask this question.
It's true.
Is it possible
very true.
for women living within a polygamous marriage/arrangement to experience a high level of egalitarian sisterhood? See, I believe you can say, yeah, women, they deal better with it, but women are some catty, competitive motherfuckers amongst each other. And it's easy to say, yeah, men straight up, that's my pussy. But women sharing a dick, I'm telling you, it's going to be a war
thing about it
somewhere
is,
in that relationship. Speak on it.
No matter what, there's always going to be a type of personality, like a type A, a dominant personality, and, the type B personality, which is obviously not as intense. And there's always going to be someone that's more attracted to another individual, period. That's just how human interaction works.
In your open relationship experience, who was the jealous one?
Wasn't me.
Somebody, but it was somebody, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Who was the one that was like, okay, motherfucker, you went down on her longer than me?
No, it never went down like that.
Ashanti would say the jelly box.
How long?
The jelly box.
Wow. What kind of Jolly Rancher?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. But there's no there's no equal time. It's not an equal time thing. I believe it's a heightened physical experience that takes place that allows that jealousy to happen.
So
Melanin_GMA says on Twitter, how is an open relationship a relationship?
That's how I'm feeling about it.
Well, I was going to ask.
I only live with one person.
I was going to ask Neecole. Neecole, yours was a open relationship. So how long did you guys do this? Or was it like a one time we had a quick little orgy situation? Or was it like y'all did this twice a month? For 7 years?
It wasn't something that was set up. It was like a 6-year relationship, and
all of y'all 4?
No, it was
the 2 and then whomever.
It was no one shy of a basketball team relationship.
I was like, damn, Gina.
It was myself in a relationship with someone else, and we had an open relationship, and these are the terms that we agreed to throughout the duration of our relationship.
Sherman Lowry on Twitter, @OneMadInvestor. Women have only adapted the idea of open relationships because men have stepped out on them so much.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
True or false?
True.
844-55-1. Get to your phone lines right now. The phone lines are open right now. We want to hear from you if you've had a open relationship experience. The Big Black Beard on Twitter said, I asked my wife for an open relationship. She tried to fuck me up. I need her to evolve with a nigga, is what he said.
Nice. Well, maybe she need a nigga to evolve.
Ooh. Damn it. And there it is.
Shit. Goddamn. Big Black Bird, please call in and cuss the Pope out. Again, I think open relationships, because we talked about this before, would say monogamous marriages be a little bit more healthy, right? If they allowed
the hall pass,
each other a pass, maybe 7-year mark.
That's hella long though. 7 years.
You know, Whitney be hungry.
It's a nice idea.
Whitney want that dick.
No. And I go on my little droughts or whatever, but I'm like, 7 years sounds.
But I'm saying, if you in a relationship with somebody and it's all good and it's cool, and then y'all get to a point where it gets a little stale, a little cornballish, and you say, well, fuck it, maybe this is the time you get to cash in and you'll get out of jail free card, and you have a certain amount of time to get back in jail. Mm-hmm. Think about it. Do you think it would help?
I do.
I mean, I like that idea.
Yeah.
You're cohesive, you're one, but then you get a pass every now and then.
Veronica?
I think that we have to. Okay, so let me just be a little radical here.
That's what I've been waiting on. Shit, goddamn.
So the problem with this whole notion of control of another human being is a sickness, and the more we entertain it, the crazier we become, right? And so, in my experience, I had to have a brother literally fuck the jealousy out of me. Right?
Speak on it. No. See, you can't skip past that. You can't skip past. You say some shit like that.
Where he at?
You have to explain what that means to them, because a lot of people don't understand that process.
Yeah. So again,
how does one fuck the jealousy? I want you to give these girls, because they don't know. Please go deeper.
Right. So what? So I've spoken about this before. So in a woman, energetically, there is there's this case around her heart, and it's all of the things that she's accumulated that are sort of dysfunctional, that are out of nature for her. You know, all this need for control, all this fear, all this anxiety, all of this guilt, all of this shame that she's experienced, all of the places where she's had to disconnect her vagina from her heart, because those things are supposed to be connected. But we grow up in such a sexually repressive society that we end up with all of this sort of gunk that lives in our field, but ends up manifesting itself as jealousy, as control, is that's mine, that belongs to me, mine. And all I'm saying is that the real purpose of sex is for a man to carry enough firepower in his genitals that he can interact with a woman and blow through all that shit so that she can be free. It's not even so that he can be free and that she can give him his freedom, but so that she can be free from being at the effect of running around trying to control every damn thing.
That's my
Okay, so Sinister Mephisto comes and says, Zoe, if your woman wanted some Nechama action, what would you do? I would send her to Nechama. No, serious. Sense. Because first off, Veronica said something that was exceedingly powerful. And that is sex for the woman is supposed to be, this connecting point between the heart and the vagina, right? Yes. Her heart and her vagina are supposed to be connected. But a lot of times her vagina and her head, which is where her fears are located, are connected. It's like the vagina bypasses the heart and connects to the head. Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm going to fuck with him, he has to be like this. He has to do this. I have to make sure that this is all good. Everything is straight. Everything is certain. And then I can open up a little bit.
That makes sense.
Right?
I mean, it's the same with dudes, though.
It makes women crazy. It makes them controlling and demanding and
bitchy
and neurotic and
stupid.
All of it.
Holla. But that's what they say. This is the same thing. Where is the penis head supposed to be connected as far as a male? Is it supposed to be his dick head? Is it supposed to be connected to his heart?
Hey, it's supposed to be connected to your mouth.
Look, if you see my face, if y'all can see my face, I said, "Oh hell no!" Listen,
but your mouth was open.
I was because it opened more as soon as he said it. I said, "Oh, okay."
See, it naturally wants to come home.
But I'm saying, you know how they always have that saying, "Men think he's thinking with the wrong head." Oh, what the hell? So where's your dickhead supposed to be connected?
Again.
Well,
and Veronica Veronica.
I need to know.
Yeah.
I got to throw it to you. I know this is your wheelhouse, Boo Bear.
All right. I'm sorry.
She's on fire.
No, but
now I'm in.
No, I'm with you, V. But I want you to expound on this because a lot of people miss this aspect of sex. Sex is creative. Sex is part of what motherfuckers call the law of attraction. It's part of it.
Yes.
So they miss the spiritual aspect and the creative aspect of sex. And so it turns into this, I just need to get off thing, right? And it's very linear, fuck with me like this because this will get me off, right? And that's not intimacy. Can you speak more about that, VC?
Not only is it not intimacy, it's not even the real purpose of sex. In other words, all of this friction and, what we learn.
And scene.
You know what? I just want to add one thing to that. The best situations that I've had intimately, there's been no physical sex involved whatsoever. Long-standing relationships with people that feel as though they've touched me 1,000 times.
But that dick make you crazy. That's why.
That's not why.
Bang, 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 bang.
You are so Jake right now. Let me tell you something right now. Let me just tell you something right now. I've had great relationships with men, and you'll be hard pressed to find one of my dudes say they wouldn't come back today. Bye, Felicia.
Hard pressed.
You know what it is, thicky thick.
Hard pressed. Anyway, Mike from DC, you're on the line. Holler at us real quick, bro.
Shoot. Hey, what's up, Zoe?
What's happening, fam?
Hey, what's up, lady?
Hey.
Hey, now, Mike. Hey, tell me if you agree with me on this, though. Do you think everybody's in a side situation or open relationship until they get married? Because the way I see it is, everybody has a pool of selection. Everybody has satellites hovering them.
That's what I call them, satellites. This nigga been listening to all the shows.
Mess up.
Yeah. I call them satellites for sure. Everybody got satellites.
Because as soon as there's this misunderstanding, or once your expectations of that person isn't met, then that's when the side situation, that's when the satellites kind of slide into the situation.
Listen, Mike, I'm gonna just say this. Hey, Mike, I'm gonna say this, nigga. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna end mine, nigga. Now, I appreciate you calling in, but you gotta stop using my shit. He call in every week, and he uses my shit
every week.
Come on,
good. He's
Mike.
Listening.
I know you're listening, goddammit, but stop rehashing my shit, pimp.
That was a good topic, man.
It was a good topic. Hey, it was a good
opinion on it.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate the call, but he's right. I call them satellites.
It's a running roster.
And they're labeled as, this is just my friend. First off, everybody knows the friend of the girl you fucking with is a dude with a ticket waiting for you to fuck up.
Yeah.
Because any friend of a girl that's a heterosexual man, in general, not all, but in general, wants to fuck his friend.
That's just,
or would be
we
willing.
Friends right now.
I don't even know if I have a heterosexual
I don't have any
male
real friends. This is some
that
bug.
would not fuck me. That's crazy.
Well, I'm just saying. It's kind of... You, what's happening with you? You all right?
Oh, you want to come up and watch a movie? I got some Netflix. Everybody has Netflix, bro.
Yeah, everything okay?
You need to talk.
You get the random questions? Yeah,
you need to talk.
Is everything all right?
Hey, what's up? You want to go get some ice cream?
Tacos. If you say tacos, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
I'm just saying. So,
you trying to go to the gym?
Listen, you guys forget your radio etiquette. Cut off all of the mics, please. It's a lot of talking over each other, and it starts with the Pope. She comes in and she just goes. And just cuts people off and talks, and there's no radio etiquette at all. It's just really messy. It's crosstalk. It's very disgusting. It's disrespectful to my brand. I try to come in as a professional radio personality, and you bring in a bunch of novices, and they just kind of fuck up the show. It's kind of whack. But we're gonna fix it. I promise you. And during the break, I'm gonna take off this belt and put it on all of their asses. I think they might like it. I'll be back in 2.2. The voice of reason is on fire right now. We're talking about open relationships. Is it better than the long, boring, fucking maiden voyage to nowhere that is monogamy? We'll be back. 844-55-1, Voice of Reason, Hot Button Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, the Voice of Reason is back in the building. We are having a great time here talking about open relationships, the pros and cons of it. I think I just posted a question that I think is a pretty interesting one. Could polygamy or open marriages slow the divorce rate and create more committed marriages? Especially if they're open. Remember the term open. Honesty, fidelity. We communicate, we talk, we share. This is not some covert side shit where I'm doing something that I did not commit to doing and I'm not telling you. Right. So if we're talking about open in that sense, do you think that would slow the divorce rate? Because let's look at the divorce rate. We talked about it on Gabe Abelson's show before this. It's at 46-48% in America. Right. But it would be well over that if you count the 10 to 12% of legal separations. So we're looking at like 52, 53, 54% divorce rate. So do you think, the divorce rate would maybe ease up and get a little better if we had an understanding that monogamy probably just isn't healthy for non-monogamous human beings? Veronica?
Well, I think we keep playing crazy. When you look at all of the media and the talk shows and what gets all of the stuff that gets covered in the media among celebrities and all that, if you think about it, so much of it is about this lie called monogamy, right? It's about this lie. And so we spend so much attention, like, on, are they being monogamous? Are they? And it's all a lie. So if we could redirect our attention off of propping up that myth, you think of how much energy you would have left to actually create things like nations and communities that were empowered. If we weren't tripped up on this elephant in the room that isn't even real. It's not even real.
Whitney?
Okay. For me personally, you said that if one more time. So you said that if more marriages were in open relationships, that the divorce rate would lower. I don't know, because I feel like most men cheat because of that thrill. So would that thrill be like, man, she knows I'm going over to Veronica's house. Now it ain't gonna be fun to sneak and do. You know what I'm saying?
How about it?
To me, I feel like that excitement in the cheating, like I might get caught, I'm not supposed to be doing this, is probably, this is a completely made up number. 80% of why most people do it is because they get that like, oh snap, I'm doing, I might get caught, wooty woo. Like
844-55-1, 844-55-1. Whitney, what's the number? The actual number?
The actual number, guys, is 1-844-553-2741. 2741.
So Whitney is saying something that I think is very important, and it centers around a word called excitement, right? Again, last week we had Dr. John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And I kept probing him about the study that talks about the explosion or rise in male testosterone when we cheat, and how there is a decline in testosterone when we're monogamous, when we're domesticated. Again, men love chasing pussy. It's just a wonderful chase, and then you catch it and it explodes and juices, and then you let it go, and then you chase after it again for the explosion process. It's just a wonderful game, right? So what happens is when pussy gets incentivized through monogamy, through marriage, through exclusivity, through chores, through domesticity, the trash and the dishes, and you didn't wash my car, and now I don't want to fuck you. There is a level of excitement in the deception. There's a level of excitement in the chase and concealing, all of that shit. But I believe if your woman picked a bad bitch for you and her to share, your testosterone would be just fine. Your shit would peak. It would peak as well. Like, wow, for me? This is for me?
Yeah.
Thank you, boo.
But look,
I'm just saying.
I got to tap into that, though, Zo. So, okay, so your chick brings a bad one home, and then how is your testosterone going to feel when the bad one that brought you is really just into your wife? What if the bad one doesn't really want to fuck you?
Then my wife picked the wrong broad.
But you're like so excited, but realistically, are you going to feel some type of way after you get dissed? Because now two chicks are just going in on each other. They don't really care about you.
My good friend, the Pope, has a great question right here. Because I ain't going to answer
He's
that
like,
shit.
he's done. He ain't going to dodging that one.
No, Whitney brings up a great point. She can't bring somebody that's into her.
That's some bullshit.
She has to bring somebody that's into us.
But that's the thing. You never know.
You have to eat the jelly box, and you have to take this dick all the way down.
All right,
I need to know what
question from our producer.
Go ahead.
Question from the producer. Do both parties justify open relationships from a place of emotional hurt from past relationships?
Ooh, that's what I think it's about.
Non-committal, like, well, fuck it.
Because I'm not gonna go in and be like, yeah, it's cool for you to just have sex with somebody else, unless, of course, we've both discussed it. But I don't even then I would feel a certain way about it.
I don't think it comes from a place of hurt. I think it comes from experience, and I also think it comes from a place of willingness. Both parties have to be willing.
But you can't be willing when fear is your personal advisor.
Well, exactly. But this is the thing. Two people don't enter into this type of agreement unless both parties are willing. It's not like I'm in it, you're not. It can't work like that. It has to be both feet in the pool from both parties,
Veronica Conway.
Can I put a caveat on that?
Caveat.
See, it's a subtle caveat. Two people don't have to agree to both be monogamous. In other words, there could be a healthy situation where one person agrees to be monogamous and the other person agrees to be non-monogamous.
But that's the willingness between the two parties
in the same relationship. So it's creating the agreement about whatever the truth is. See, I think at some point we have to grow up enough to deal with reality.
So let me wait. Let me say this. Let me say this, Veronica. Are you telling me
Yes.
that monogamy, for most people, is coming from a place of immaturity, and then open relationships, for most people, is coming from a place of maturity? Or is that what you're saying? Sexual maturity?
I think that if only mature people can be in a mature relationship, whether it's monogamous or polyamorous, right? And so to be mature, because you think about it, all the things that we're talking about that create and drive the fear around this topic are around egoic. What does it mean about me if she wants to engage with somebody else? What does it mean about me because he likes variety? Right? It's all from it's an egoic, sort of childish perspective.
Oh, this is
and
big.
until we give that up,
this is big.
Until we give that up, we don't have a chance of being in mature relationships, whether they're monogamous or polyamorous. Until we give that up.
The men out here, I want you to call in 844-55-1. This is very important. Call the line right now because I want to know what you guys think about this particular point. This is a call to action, 844-55-1. Whitney, what are the actual digits?
The actual digits, 1-844-553-2741.
The reason why I'm doing this call to action is because men get hella butthurt when their woman cheats.
They do.
Or find another dude. And I'll tell you why. Because the way we look at pussy is different than the way women look at dick. Let me make the point before you interject. Mike's, cut them off.
I said nothing.
Yes, but you were about to. I just have to police you. It just makes me feel really strong. Again, right? Men look at pussy differently. Like, we'll have our woman, like, this is my girl. I gotta protect this pussy. This is my girl. Ice princess. Then it's, this bitch right here, she just sucked my dick every now and again. I get to bust off on her weave, and, it is what it is. We devalue women in a lot of ways. It's just fucking, right? But we know women connect meaning to fucking. Or at least that's how we perceive women. Like, women fuck meaning. So if you cheat on me, that must mean that nigga means more than me. This is where our double standard gets born. Like, we can cheat, but you can't. Because we look at pussy as just, it don't mean shit. But we know it means something to you guys. I let you in my body. I let you, that's where this double standard is coming from. Do you understand what I'm saying, Veronica?
I do.
So speak to that.
Understand.
And then you.
But that is just the rub. And because I have put this to the test in terms of having strong, powerful, honest conversations with men, I don't know very many women who've actually stood their ground and actually been in that conversation with men and dealt with the aftermath of that, because it's a very interesting thing to hang in for, because men do tend to be really egoic about this stuff. I mean, I love y'all, but it is a deep piece. We think that the women are the ones that are so insecure and freaked out. It's really men.
I believe it.
Freaked out about this because
no, I believe it.
If I'm in communication with you, then I'm not cheating. It's an honest conversation, and a lot of men think they can handle it until they actually have to live inside of it.
Neecole,
it's deep.
Neecole,
the guy was breaking up more of my shit than the girl was, and it's the sexual proclivity of men in their pre-disdainment in which they're set. And the thing about it is as we grow emotionally and in the workforce and so forth, and we have these different types of freedom, our feelings change towards not only men's actions but their reactions as well. Like the whole dichotomy of like the emotional stability in terms of what we feel like we need from them, it completely balances out once men come unhinged.
Oh, this is good stuff. D, Will, Long Island, you're on the line, voice of reason. Holler at us. D, Will, get to it, man, or I'm gonna cut you. D Will. Okay.
There it is.
All right. What's happening, D? D Will.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Oh, snap. No.
Yeah, oh snap. You're on the line. Come on, man. Jesus.
He made it finally. Look, you made it through.
Okay, D Will.
No, Williams. Man, look, man. I don't really know much about what is going on.
He butt dialed us.
This is my first time ever being able to get through for real. I just wanted to call and just say that, hey, you doing a great job, man. I like your show. I like the Arlene show. I don't really know much of what's going on, so can you fill me in?
We talking about open relationships, brother. Are they better than monogamous relationships?
Okay. Well, it is not better. It's just the norm.
It's the norm. Wow. Hey.
It's really the norm, because even if you feel that it is true, there's always a more higher chance of a girl going to, like, of you going to cheat than to stay faithful. So, and we already live in that time frame.
Wow. Hey, brother, let me just say, man, I appreciate you hanging on the line. It's been a minute. You was holding on for a while. Thank you for your call, man. I appreciate it. Let me move on, brother. Call anytime, bro. Here we go. Next line. Big Black Beard from Twitter is on the line. What's up, man? Holla at us.
Hey, what's going on, fam? How y'all doing?
We good, brother. What's up, man?
Good, man. Glad to get through again, man. It's always a pleasure. Just real quick, it was kind of crazy. I was having a conversation about this thing the other day. I kind of feel like it does go back to what Veronica was saying about maturity. Even as a man, you know, I came straight up to my wife, like, yo, you know, to the little Chinese restaurant. Like, hey, you can't do an open relationship thing. Like, no, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it didn't work out. But my thoughts were, you know, who am I to think the only guy that gives her everything she needs throughout her life? You know, if we really care about somebody, you know what I mean, and we love them, you know, like we say we do. If they have other needs you can't meet, you know, who are we to keep them from that? You know what I'm saying? And even on the other side of that, you know, I really feel like even if she fuck, you know, a nigga, you know what I'm saying, 15-inch Johnson or whatever the case may be, he can never give her who I am. He can never be me to her. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's like, I feel like monogamy is kind of childish. Because, I mean, everybody wants it, whether we talk about it. And, you know, say you're stronger than the next person by, you know, because you stayed in a relationship. Or you can say you're stronger than the next person by having the courage to step out of something that you weren't happy with. Either way it goes, you know, everybody got to live their own life. So I say do your own thing.
Well, brother, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you for supporting us this whole time, man. Keep tweeting, man. I love your tweets. I'm going to be retweeting all of them. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks.
I got a good tweet over here.
Do men naturally have a more polygamous tendencies than women have polyandrous ones? A lot of people think women are just locked into this monogamous mentality, but I think they're more locked into a security mentality than a monogamous one. I think women are fantasizing about a multitude of dicks they could have, they wish they had, you know, they would like to have. Am I bullshitting, Veronica?
It's not women. Listen, sex is a woman's thing. And if it's a woman's thing, because a woman is the one that can, if she's properly catalyzed, have a 2-hour orgasm, right? A wave that she rides for hours and hours and hours. And so when she's properly catalyzed, it really is her thing. It's not the dude's thing as much as it is the woman's thing. The challenge is that we've been so socialized with this, you know, bridezilla, yada yada. And listen, there are parts of it that are sane, because when you're talking about raising children, you're talking about the community, there has to be agreements around the raising of children, the products of sex, right? That has to get handled in our community. But you know, the way that it's designed right now just invites neurosis
But Veronica,
Veronica,
isn't it?
Woman, yeah.
But isn't it morally wrong to act on loving two different people at the same time? Like you're with somebody. I mean, even Erykah Badu said next lifetime. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's my
Not
jam.
right now. I'll see you next lifetime.
Word.
Is it wrong to act on it?
And love and love are in no way in conflict. Love and fear are what is in conflict.
But how you gonna justify that? Listen, nigga, I love you.
But I love
But
you.
I also love this dick over here.
There's
too.
like different. There's different.
844-55-1.
There's different levels of love. Like I love Neecole, but I love my little situationship man a little differently. There's different levels of love.
I get what
There's
you're saying,
levels
but
to
I'm
this
saying
shit.
if you love someone equally, two people equally,
So then why?
do you tell one of your equally loved motherfuckers put your dick on ice?
Yeah, man, and stop being a bitch. Just
Veronica says no.
I'm saying yeah.
Take both them dicks together.
Oh, that's what Veronica's saying. I was saying just pause this one, let it chill for a second, and go back over here. Change the channel. That's why we got the guide. You can surf and
We have to stop it. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Listen, Veronica, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's impossible to do that because most niggas will not. If two niggas share a woman, she's automatically a hoe.
yeah.
Actually, it's called a train.
But I'm just saying, like we run a train on your ass. It's not gonna be a lot of respect
Not
there.
true.
I'm just
That's
saying,
not true.
for the average dude, Veronica, for the
Young.
average dude, not for super god man, realized self-fulfilled guy,
I got a story.
but for the average dude, you gonna be like, that bitch is a hoe. We ran a train on her last night.
So I watched
Whitney.
I got to do a little side show, little mini. So I watched Shameless. It's a show, and there's the kid is starting to smash his professor. It's a crazy show. Is crazy. Anyway, starts smashing the professor. She's completely married to this doctor. Whoop-de-whoop. Kid is getting his pants on, and the guy comes in. Hey, how you doing, guys? What's going on? You need anything to drink? What are you eating for breakfast? And the kid is like, yo, your husband is asking me what I want for breakfast. No, she was like, yo, we got a situation. We're good. We have an understanding. Like, they're kicking it now. They are kicking it. I saw this on the TV last night. Like, this looks cracking.
Don't
I'm
believe
just saying.
everything you see.
So
I had a question, though, from one of my Twitter guys. He
Go ahead.
said that, from Darrell Roberts from my Twitter, said, if open relationships were good for us, the government would allow it, right?
Tell him to take his ass to sleep, take a nap.
Ooh. I mean,
what the fuck is the government like?
they let us get
the
married.
Wizard of
because-
Oz?
You know what I mean?
The fuck? If the government would let us, that sounds like slave talk. He's reading slave. The government would let us know that it's the right thing to do.
But I mean, real life, like if they would make double.
Steven from Django, tell your friend, stop
If
it.
marriage is to make money, why wouldn't they let you marry 6 chicks?
We sick? Boss, is we sick?
I don't know what you're talking about.
God damn, that was slavery. I didn't want to hear that shit no more.
I
Todd
thought it
from
was
South
good.
Carolina, you're on the line. Holler at me, bro.
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
What's happening, man? Holler at me, man. This topic is crazy right now. Talk to me.
I know it is, man. Listen, just a big shout out to you, man. Me, Blackbearded Reed, and Mad Investor. We go way back like car seats with you when you was doing Zoe West show.
Word up, man.
Real fast. Veronica made a statement earlier about, being egotistical, which was immature. But I feel like if a woman and a man is together and, in order for that man to be in that relationship and he feels valued, there's a certain part of that relationship where the woman needs to stroke that man's ego. I feel like there is, she mentioned some things in regards to that, and I feel like in order for that man to feel like this woman is, loves him, she should stroke his ego. That's the reason why men go into strip clubs a lot of times and spend a whole lot of money, because I guarantee you that stripper is whispering in his ear, making him feel more important in the strip club than his wife, than his girlfriend, than his fiance is making him feel at home.
That's called her job.
That's her
Whitney, but Whitney,
Yep.
listen, just like it's the fucking therapist's job to listen, right?
Yeah.
Whitney, I need your best stripper voice, and I need you to whisper in my ear and tell me this dick is your life.
All I'm going to say to this caller is, I have the worst stripper voice. I'm just going to say, what if you're, I just want to ask, look, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't even twerk. I can't fake a stripper. All I'm saying is, but what if I want to ask the caller for real, B1000, don't make no stump, be real with me right now. If your wife or your girlfriend were to be like, just bring them ones home, I'm going to buy a pole and whisper some shit into your ear, are you going to make it rain on her or not? You want to chase the stripper? I need to know.
Am I going to... Wait. Say that one more time.
If your wife were to come home, strip for you, whisper everything you want, and you make it rain on her, would it be the same effect? Would it stroke your ego enough?
Listen, it could be and it would be the same.
See, you got to give me some realness. I need you to be real with me. Yes or no?
Well, let him talk now. Damn.
Let me
Jesus.
talk with me. I believe that
Team Tabor.
I believe that it could be and would be the same sex because she would make it interested and I would be interested. Because I think a lot of times when men start stepping out, not only men and women, shit gets boring in the relationship.
Right.
It gets boring.
First off, most motherfuckers are boring. Let's just go there.
Be real. Yes, definitely.
Most people are boring. Todd. Hold on 1 second, VC. My brother from South Carolina, I appreciate you, man. We got to move on. We got a lot of callers. The phone lines is jammed. I appreciate you for reaching out, and I appreciate you for holding on. Thanks again. Veronica, make your statement, and then let me get to these next callers, okay?
I want to speak to the presumption in his statement. In other words, there's a presumption that a woman that is engaged with other men can't show up and be fully present, fully loving, fully, acknowledging, fully celebrating, fully championing of that man. And I'm going to suggest something different. I'm going to suggest that a woman that is fully sexually realized has more capacity to be loving and present and adoring and all that naturally, not because she's doing it to placate the child in him or the little boy in him, but she's doing it to honor the man in him.
But listen, Veronica,
boom.
I know you, and you and I have these conversations all the time. You are so rare, we have to put you in an anomalous category, right? That you're type of woman, like you're an anomaly.
She is.
And
Maybe
have
a
to
museum.
Right. Seriously, Norton Simon or some shit. But the reality of it is, the reality of it is, and this goes both ways for gender, right? Men and women. The exceptional, self-realized, God-realized man and woman are not high in number. It's a small elite group. They're like the 1%ers of spiritual understanding, right? So for the rest of everybody, this is why we have difficulty in relationship. We don't have suitable conflict resolution skills. We have all of these unrealistic expectations. We get disappointed when those expectations are not met. I mean, relationships are very superficial. The moment I see that you're not providing what I think I deserve, now the relationship has no meaning. I mean, this is the average experience for most people. Okay.
And that's why we're here. Right? I am here to point to the moon and to point to the possibility. And I am in no way ever saying that coming to the clarity that I've been blessed to come to has not been hard won. It has been very hard won. Standing up for one's truth, like when it really comes down to it, is a crucible. It's like being in bathed in fire, because so few of us ever get the opportunity to really stand in our absolute truth. But I'm just here to share with people that everything that you crave accrues to you out of that decision. It's not even about the vehicle, like monogamy, it's about being in the truth. And everything arrives to you from that place. And so I know it's dysfunctional out here. I'm just saying that it's possible.
A little filibustery, but we love you. Little filibustery, but we love you, VC. VC's my girl. The phone lines is on fire. Hecka activated just joined. So you know it's about to get ignorant up in here talking about open relationships.
What's up, Hecka?
If monogamy isn't in alignment with human biology, how then can a hypersexual / promiscuous man or woman be considered immoral or hoish? Right? If monogamy isn't in alignment with human biology. Because most scientists will agree that monogamy isn't in alignment.
Wait, where did we get the hoe at in the equation?
Well, again, you're the Pope. Take your punk ass religion somewhere. Because God and them came and said,
About happy Easter, y'all.
right. I mean, it's Easter time.
The dad has
Eggs and
arisen.
rabbits, fertility. But again, ladies are considered hoes. Modesty, cover that box up. Jelly box is what she called it. I like yogurt box, preferably.
If you have a yogurt box, you need to go to the hospital because that shit is sick.
Oh,
You know you've had your share of Dannon.
Boo, never.
You've had your share of yoni play.
She don't make no cottage cheese.
Oh,
she
damn.
lactose. She is lactose.
She don't churn no butter, baby.
All right, cut all of it.
Truffle butter.
Just all of it. Thank you. Hecka activated. Come in and deal with some of the foolery that's going on right now because we got a whole full line full of callers. I don't want to get to them.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You guys are amazing. How are you guys? Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Oh, their mics are off.
Hi, Hecka.
Okay, turn the mics back off.
Hey, Hecka.
Turn it off. Now Hecka speak
Hi.
uninterrupted.
You know what? I stay single. because I straight up tell men that I'm interested in an open relationship. And when I do, they haul ass with the spirit of excellence.
With
They
the
don't wanna hear
spirit
it.
of
They
excellence.
don't have time for it. Yeah. They do it. But one thing that I wanted to say, after listening in for the last hour or whatever, and listening to everybody's comments or whatever, I just think that when we look at open relationships from a physical, sexual standpoint, we really miss the whole point, in my opinion. It's not just about having sex. It's about experiencing a higher vibration of love. And to think of an open relationship in a sexual context only speaks to a very low energetic vibration. I mean, sex. That's all we want to talk about is sex. And it's about love with no inhibitions more than just sex.
Don't listen. Let me just say this. Let me just say this, Hecka. Disney fucked us all up, right? Disney, right? Because Disney helped create the aspiration of Mr. Right, right? So Disney brought all of this shit, and Ms. Right, and a princess, and a prince, and all of this bullshit. I'm going to go out on a limb and say love has very little to do with our relationships today. Very little. Most motherfuckers have never ever experienced love except from their mama or something. I'm just saying. I'm going there. Their mics are off until I say something different. But do you hear that sounds in the background?
Agree.
Do you hear that in the background? That's mumbling with
do.
mics off. So I'm just saying. What do you guys think of that? And we're going to open up the mics now.
I think when you engage...
I agree.
Who is this?
That's Hecka.
That's
Hecka? Hey, Hecka, it's Neecole. I just want to say one quick thing.
Hey, Neecole.
Hey, I think when you engage in that type of relationship, it's because you absolutely love your partner and you absolutely love yourself.
High end. We're talking about a high end. Not everybody can afford an Audi R8, and not everybody loves deeply. Not everybody is spiritually mature enough to have that. You're talking about a select lost tribe of niggas who live on the Galapagos Islands. That's who the fuck you're talking about. You're not talking about everybody. Everybody
is different, though. Everybody is different.
Yes, everybody has a different level of insanity.
So be it.
Yes, take your Pope ass and stop. I'm just saying. We got so many callers on the line. Let's get a few callers in. LB from Connecticut, you're on the phone right now. Talk to me, bro.
I can't deal
I want to make 2 points, though. That goofy ass nigga that was talking about the government. Goofy slave shit, nigga. Nobody's hearing that.
He was definitely a goofy. Go ahead, man.
My second point is I feel that open relationships would definitely help the marriage rate go down because statistics show that once a man gets married and is in a relationship, his hormone levels start to go down because obvious reasons. The woman doesn't want to give up sex, blah, blah, blah. Now, there are women out there who will give their man more sex once they're married, but that statistics show that it is not as common nowadays as it used to be, which is why the divorce rate is so high. So
let me ask the ladies here. You have such a great, I wanted you to stay on for 1 second because you're saying something that's really powerful. I want to ask all of the women here. Do you think women use less spit when they get married?
Well, because the levels, the woman's levels of whatever the fuck go down. The woman's bullshit tolerance goes down, so I think it decreases her saliva. Yeah,
her saliva levels.
The bullshit meter comes down, so the saliva also drops when you got to deal with more bullshit.
Choose better.
Ooh,
really?
Choose
So I'm sure
better.
you can agree with this. The happiest times of my life are when my balls were so empty because there was multiple women.
Just multiple bus-offs. In homage of E40. I'm just saying, he's right. Thanks, man. I appreciate the call. Sherman, you're on the line. Holla at me, Sherman. Line 4.
What's going on, Zoe? What's going on, ladies?
Hey, how you doing?
How y'all doing?
Hi.
In here talking shit.
Great. I want to ask Veronica a question. She seems like no offense, Veronica, it seems like you lost to some side chicks in the past.
Oh, no, Veronica's a G. I can't let you do that. Veronica's a G. Get him, Veronica. Speak on it.
What? I didn't even hear what he said. What did he say?
I said you've lost to some side chicks.
Yeah, I'm here. I said it sounds like you lost to some side chicks. I don't know because you pushing for the other end of the spectrum really hard. So I was wondering.
You got the wrong girl. You got the wrong girl.
No, you got the wrong one there, though.
My challenge has been really discerning which men are sort of ready for what I bring to the table, and and which men are sort of alpha enough to sort of roll with me. It's not that I've never even had that issue at all. So I appreciate the thought. My stuff isn't based out of fear. It's really out of
Veronica. Let me say something really quickly. Veronica said some of the G-est shit I ever heard in my life on the show once. I think Corey Holcomb asked her if, something about her relationship status or just something. And Veronica was like, I have a small fucking crew of alpha men I deal with. I was like, God damn. Most women won't say that. Or Veronica was like, I got a little crew, a little battery pack of bad niggas that I fuck with. And I just thought that was G, because women in our society are fearful of their divine whore. They really are. And I think a lot of women in our society are sexually repressed. I think a lot of women in our society are addicted to the fantasy narrative, right? Captain Sava, whoever come through and lift me up to Ice Princess status because, I saw Disney's black version of the princess. I'm just saying, there's some bullshit philosophy in place that has to be rewritten in order to experience a different type of relationship narrative. Sherman, thank you for the call. I appreciate it. Victor from New Jersey, you're on the line. I got a quick question. Which intimate relationship paradigm does God approve of? Polygamy, polyandry, or monogamy? Maybe all of the above. What does the Bible approve of? Does it approve of polygamy? Does it approve of polyandry or monogamy? Because you ask the Christians, it approves of monogamy. Like,
if you ask them, but that's why they have hoax bureaucrat, fortified fakers.
Fortified fakers.
I mean, we could go down a list of irreverent names for these, women that helped create this botulism for these different types of relationships.
Most of your pussies are suffering from arrested development. You get up on your dick game. Veronica.
Listen to this one.
Ridiculous.
Hey, let me just say this. Sherman, I appreciate the call, man. I got to move to the next. Victor, are you on the line?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. What's going on, Zoe?
Speak on it, pimp.
What's going on, player, man? Yo, your final word earlier was amazing on your show, man. It was amazing, bro.
Man, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Definitely, but I'm listening to all the callers. I'm listening to everybody. And by the way, Veronica's a unicorn when it comes to this game.
She's a fucking unicorn. Her and Hecka.
She's a unicorn.
Right.
Definitely, but I had a question. You know, I'm 29 years old, and I'm speaking hypothetically. Hypothetically, ladies, how would you want a brother to approach you and ask you to be in an open relationship?
Starting with Ashanti. Let's go right to Ashanti.
I'm not with it. I'm
would
just
be like-
not fucking with it. I
But you're
understand that
with
it's a
picking
good
a girl and
I'm
bringing
with
her.
picking a girl and bringing her
Okay.
on my terms.
Yeah, everything's on your terms. All right, next. Scene, control freak.
Oh, so
okay,
me?
here we go.
How would I end? Oh, hell nah. That's how you do it? Is that how? No. I don't know. Honestly. Nah, I'm not with it. I don't think I can do it.
Not even picking a girl?
No, psych. I could, no. Yeah, I'm over on that team.
On your terms again.
On my
thank
terms,
you.
yep. You're
Next.
running it. It's my shit.
Goddamn control freaks.
Respect.
Jesus, scary asses.
Respect.
Can we get some
We need to,
potpourri?
We would need to be
So basically, a brother can't win.
No, you can win. We need to be friends, and we need to be on the understanding that, you know, like,
That's real.
this is how things are going down, and if you're taking care of business at home, then so be it, and we can have, you know, that agreement and that exchange. But look here, the whole auspice of that is don't get mad.
Auspices?
I said auspice. I didn't say auspices.
I said
But
auspices.
don't get mad. Like, it has to go both ways.
Don't get mad at what?
Like, he wants that pass. He wants that open relationship, which means he wants to be able to sleep with other people and enjoy other people and still have that maintain a relationship with me. That's cool, but don't get mad when I do the same thing. So you have to be mature enough to handle what you ask for.
In that situation, men are like the Incredible Hulk in the Avengers last scene.
They don't even
What's
know
your
what that's
secret? I'm always mad. Like, I'm
That's
going to
real.
always be
That's-
mad at that shit. What? The fuck? This pussy
But then he really,
here
then they really don't.
is
then
the
they can't-
property of this dick.
It usually doesn't work for it usually
There it
doesn't
is.
work for guys that are extremely like have a lot of machismo. Is that what it is?
Yeah. We have so many callers. Let's get these callers on the line. But before we go to them, I just want to get Hecka's opinion as well. Because, Hecka, you've been listening to the show. You hear what men are saying. At the end of the day, I believe that there should be some type of separation in a long-term monogamous relationship. Like, and when I say separation, I mean, fuck, man. Let's give each other a good 90 days, like 3 months of no contact. Like, let's just kind of go our separate ways, but we're still together. We're going to come back and reevaluate where we are. Because I don't think just being with a motherfucker all the goddamn time, getting emotionally enmeshed, which is a problem. When people get emotionally enmeshed, they lose their identity. Their identity becomes the identity of the relationship. So if something were to happen to that person, they're fucking devastated. I just feel like, you know, some time away, and I mean significant time away, to kind of just detox from the person, flower, because you never know if that may intensify the relationship. You understand what I'm saying? We never even give absence making the heart grow fonder a chance. 844-55-1. Hacker, what do you think of that?
Well, I think you're speaking from a more traditional standpoint when you're talking about stuff like that. I mean,
most people
if
are
you need
experiencing
that
it.
type of. Right, exactly. If you need that type of separation, it's because you're in a traditional type of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're speaking of an open relationship, I mean, we're already in the type of relationship, in an open relationship, whereas we're not getting so tired of each other because we've given one another the freedom to go out and be with whomever they feel they need to be with, or be whoever they feel they need to be.
You
so
think?
we don't necessarily need that.
You think? Because just
No,
because
I-
you
I-
have, I
yeah.
think just because you have the green light to fuck other people doesn't mean you're not free of the relationship.
See, that's what we're going back to, this same thing of fucking other people, and it's not just about fucking.
Thank you.
It's about knowing how, or being able to experience love on a higher vibration. when you start thinking of things on a higher vibration, then this lower vibrational fucking stuff, needing to get away from people for 90 days and all that stuff is just like void.
But this goes. But wait, this goes back to my point again.
Is that Hecka, man? I'm
That's
telling
Hecka.
you. That's
She's
what
the business. Oh shit!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because you and your
The
balls
Pope.
and
Hey,
your
listen,
your
the
build
Pope.
up balls, like it always comes down to that. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you very much for the mic cutting. Thank you, all of them. You know, again, let me go back and readdress Hecka. Hecka is right. Nobody disagrees with Hecka. But what I'm saying is, we can, like, have you, here's a quick story. I was in the Audi store one day looking at the Audi R8, maybe about 5 years ago, right? I mean, no, not about 3 years ago. I'm in the Audi store and I'm looking at the car. The lady behind the desk, I don't know how she did this. She recognized me as the voice of reason on Jamie Foxx Whole radio, right? And I'm just standing there and she goes, You're the voice of reason. I go, yeah, okay. She was like, oh God, I listened to your show and everything. I was like, yeah. Oh, thank you. That's cool, you know? And then the guys who she's talking to, or the guys who she works with, is like, who is that? Oh, he works for Jamie Foxx. So the guy immediately comes over and says, hey, would you like to test drive it? You motherfucking right. The Audi R8, of course. So this motherfucker gasses it up and we drive this motherfucker. Now he automatically assumes like I got the bread to buy this $200,000 car. But one of the questions that I asked, I was like, the gas mileage on this motherfucker is really terrible. And then the lady says, well, you do know that the person who can afford this car doesn't really give a fuck. Right? So in other words, that car is in rarefied air. We're like, when we talk about what Hecka and Neecole and Veronica are talking about, we're talking about a high-end level of maturity in relationship that's rarely seen.
I ain't got it.
You have exhibited that weakness deficiency throughout the show. Reggie, number 5, you're on the line.
He is on fire today.
Reggie! I've heard of dreadlocks, but shitlocks. Come on, Reggie. Reggie! Reggie, you about to get cut off. You about to get cut off, Reggie.
Reg.
And scene. Reg gone. Samir, New Jersey, you're on the line.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
How you
doing? All right, now, all right.
Hey, listen, what does, does threesomes fit in this whole scenario? As far as like having, having other people into the bedroom if y'all in a relationship, does that fit the same scenario?
Yes.
Because I asked that question because I've witnessed that destroy relationships. I think that speaking to what y'all talking about, it takes a mature person, because I've seen couples allow another woman to enter the bedroom, but once the guy pursued a independent relationship outside of that threesome, it completely destroyed the relationship.
Yeah, because
so
man, you bringing up such a great point, Samir. Hold on one second. I want you to stay on the line. What happens if your woman picks another woman with that fire, that juicy boombasha, right? That hot box from Madagascar tight. What happens then? How you gonna go back to blew out homework? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Jesus. What happens?
Can I
you know what
that?
happens? They start putting their stuff outside the front door.
Hecka?
They say,
yeah, I want to say, again, in an open relationship, if your woman is picking the woman for you, then it's really not freedom. Why do I need to pick a woman for you when you are man enough to go out and pick your own woman?
Ooh, yes.
I don't need to know anything about the other woman that you choose to be with.
You made my weenie wiggle. That was good.
I cannot deal. Nope.
I like that.
Mute my own mic. Mute my damn mic for myself, man. Whitney can't deal. Mute me.
Team Tabor. Team Tabor.
He said weenie wiggle.
I'm just saying, that was fresh.
I was really listening to what Hecka said, and you just said weenie wiggle.
But let me just say, you cannot marginalize a woman's power. And a
I'm
woman...
sorry. You are running low on calling credit.
Oh, Jesus. Somebody called in from a Boost Mobile.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Man, who burnt up their booth?
Somebody done burnt up their whole Boost situation.
Calling credit. Your call will be
Can you do something about it, engineer? Jesus.
Oh,
thank you.
Okay, and Ashanti, what you gonna say?
Okay, so do you guys remember that whole Keisha Cole situation with her sister? And her sister had their cousin come in the bedroom. So it's the sister, the cousin, and the sister's man. And then the sister's man leaves her for the cousin. It happens.
It does happen, but I don't know that you want to be in the bed with any of your family
cousin,
members.
Your family that prays together? That's another level.
But that speaks to Zoe. I mean, what if the woman that you bring in is hotter than your woman? What do you do?
What if it's the other way around? What if, no, that ain't gonna work.
Well, I'm saying what Hecka said earlier kind of made me switch it up. Like, okay, I was thinking more Team Ashanti, let me pick the chick to bring in. But Hecka said that's not really freedom. So I guess it would be on some date night. Let's go on the prowl. Let's hit up WeHo and find them one
This is
together.
what I'm saying. Even a wounded woman, even as Veronica would say, a woman that has been driven insane has a tremendous amount of power. Can you imagine a motherfucker in his power bringing a woman to the table to an insane woman?
Yikes.
She got power. She gonna push back in such a crazy way. Tell me I'm wrong, Veronica.
No, that's absolutely true. I mean, the thing is, the first presupposition of all of this is sanity.
Sanity.
And when I say sanity, what I mean by that is that we can't be operating.
I'm sorry. You were right.
Still got the prison call.
Yeah, somebody is calling straight from correctional facility for real. Like, Jesus.
You know what? I'm just saying, like, you're gonna get into something the same way you get out of it. And I got into my relationship with someone that was in a relationship for 9 years with a man and left that, for this because of that situation. And people get crazy because, you're talking about love and you're talking about relationships and you're talking about time and things invested like that. I mean, I lost my 71 Mercedes 280 SL over this shit.
Ooh, you know what? That's what I'm saying. I think I think open relationships are a conduit to crimes of passion.
I mean, definitely he crashed my shit on purpose.
So I want to know kind of what is a pro then? What is a pro and what are the cons of being in?
Pro is definitely more pussy.
Okay. Zoe is team more pussy. Neecole, what do you think?
What is a conflict?
Conflict.
Boo, boo.
What do you think?
What's a pro or a con?
Both, whatever you want.
She's only going to give a con. This one.
Well, I could give a pro, being able to be spontaneous, I guess, would be a pro. And a con would be everything else.
A pro would be vulva on my mouth and mouth on my dick.
No.
But can your woman have sex with another man?
But like Veronica is saying,
No.
it's not even about the fucking, man.
Right. This is Zoe.
We can't move from the fucking.
You know Zoe's special.
Hey.
Zoe needs to get
I'm
some.
speaking for the common man. Do you want me to get lofty?
Nah.
You want me to be motherfucking Krishnamurti for 2 hours in this bitch? What do you want? You want me to Deepak all the way on out? I'm just telling you, for the average dude, ain't a lot of that shit gonna get tolerated. It's about fucking for the average guy.
So wait, how can we, if the woman is too controlling to pick the girl?
You guys are too controlling anyway.
So if I can't pick the chick, and that's one of my rules to our open relationship, without being called a little controlling bitch, how are we going to do
situation?
This?
And you better not like her pussy more than mine. What?
I mean, where does dirty
Why
talk?
don't you guys?
As far Neecole, I need to ask a personal question. In your situation, because you're the only one I think that's been on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
As far as dirty talk, when y'all was all getting it down, were there like? Did you guys have safe words? Could you not tell? Sometimes people
You are running low on calling credit.
Oh my
Your call will be.
Well, damn, Gina.
Okay.
She said safe words. No.
Like, could you tell, like, the chick you brought in, were you like, I love you, Beyonce?
No.
Like, is that like that was part of your guys' rules? Like, nah, you better not tell him that his dick is better than my dick.
It wasn't. No.
No.
See, that's.
I mean, that could be some of my rules. I'm gonna be like, you better not tell this bitch her hair
But
looks
you
better
gonna
than
have
mine.
to grow
nigga.
up before you set your rules.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
But
grow up a little.
That's an interesting kind of experience. Like,
I do want to experience it, though. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, I mean, that's an interesting experience. Like, if your dude allowed you to go fuck somebody else, how do you tell him that nigga beat this shit down?
Hey, honey, how
Without
was your
killing him? Come on.
Like, how did that nigga told the walls up?
Men can't handle that.
No,
They're too
never,
emotional.
Never. Well, I'm in a situationship right now, and it was his idea. Like, I'm in a situationship right now, and if I wanted to, I could go get it popping with somebody else. But I'm cool with the one dick. I'm good. I ain't greedy.
Yeah, you are.
Your labelless situationship.
I got a little situationship that's perfect.
Situationship.
Honestly, it's because I don't have to even be put in that
That
open
box.
I don't need to be put in an open relationship box because younger generation, none of us want to be in a relationship, so we don't get in trouble. So I don't need to have an open relationship with anybody.
You are running low on
She just
calling
gonna cut
credit.
me off.
Your call will be disconnected in 1 minute.
Who is calling from the county?
Whoever that is, hang up. All I'm saying is, younger generation, none of us commit to each other to even have to have the should we be in an open discussion in relationship because we already are.
Because the younger generation is missing out on so many important things like how to love.
I be loving myself.
Love is hella
Overrated.
I'm not gonna say it's overrated.
Never.
No, I would never say that.
Never.
Love is not overrated.
Don't ever.
But what I will say,
Even thugs need hugs.
Oh my God.
love is not overrated. But what I will say is, love is part of a spiritual kind of deep practice, right? And motherfuckers are really not into love. I think they're not really into it. I think it's possible to have. I think it's probably one of the most meaningful experiences you may have.
Yeah.
But it's not some shit that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I'm absolutely with it.
Like, the rest of this shit is really bullshit. Everybody's doing shit just to get off, just to feel good, just to feel like they're
Just to get
alive
that
or
rent
some
paid.
shit. That's it. For real. No.
do what you gotta
Neecole
do.
is telling that real shit right now. A lot of people are into it from that perspective.
Yep.
And I can see a superficial motherfucker from a mile away. And when they get closer, I can feel them. Like, I can see you're a motherfucking wading pool. You're not deep at all. And once I feel into that energy, I'm out. I can't fuck with people that,
That's when you drive off in the Audi 5000
G
they don't have one
with
of
the
those.
gas you can't afford.
boom.
Nigga.
That's why you can afford it because they don't have it.
From back in the day, they do.
So we're going to try the callers again after the engineer hangs up on them all at the same time. Well,
the B is for boy.
Well, that's what. Did you guys? Does it make? I need somebody to touch on what the hell I just said. I'm saying some real shit here.
You is.
But
people don't commit nowadays, so we don't even need to make the open discussion
But
about
listen,
the relationship because
it's not about people don't commit. It's almost like I drive this vehicle and therefore I see more out on the road. You're not committed in a relationship, so you don't see people committed in a relationship. But people that are in relationships have relationship surroundings. Trust me.
no, I was a relationship junkie chick. Now I've been single doing my thing. And most of the people that I talk to in my age group, none of them. I'm like, you got a boyfriend? No, I got somebody that I'm kind of talking to.
But in all seriousness, you can't say out of one side of your mouth that our generation we don't fuck with relationships.
It's not even just
And
that.
then out of the other side of your mouth, you say, oh, it's about love.
No, I didn't. I never said it was about love.
Yeah, you guys were talking about.
I did. Miss Tabor did not say nothing about love.
But I said you guys.
Okay.
But you guys were like, yeah, it's about love. Zoe keeps going back to sex. And I'm saying for the average person, and especially if you articulate this generation and the superficiality of this generation, I mean, just in a deep spiritual context, everything is about relating. And if you're just fucking around and just to feel something, you're not really relating. That's just par for the course. Ashanti?
I 110% agree with that. Just to open up a little bit more of what Whit is saying, this generation, we just kind of like fall into our relationships.
Mhm.
There's not an actual conversation about it.
But that's how relationships come about.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
For every generation.
So there's no conversation.
I mean, eventually, when it requires one.
It's not that there's no conversation. Well, the reality of it is there's no real plan.
Yes. Yeah.
See,
That's a better way to say
You can come with all of your ideas, your concepts, your beliefs, or whatever, and your relationship, if it's real, if it's organic, will laugh at all of that shit. Some of it might stick against the wall, some of it won't. And then, of course, you're just evolving and expanding as it's happening. I said on the show before this one, I said relationships are more like quantum physics than they are like Legos, right? In Lego, you can build some shit, right? Quantum physics, you don't understand that shit at all. Because one of the guys that was on the show talking about his divorce was saying, you can have all your ducks in a row. You can have everything right. You could do everything right, and your woman could still cheat on you, or your man could still step out on you. You could be the perfect husband or the perfect wife, and it should still not work. Relationships are more like quantum physics, right? And let me give you an example in quantum physics terms. Heisenberg had something called the uncertainty principle. And the uncertainty principle was based off of guesstimations, right? With an electron, you only had two choices.
Positive and negative.
Either you find out how fast it's going, its momentum, or you find out its location. You can't know both. Right? If you figure out where it is, you can only guesstimate or estimate its momentum because it's just uncertain. It's called the uncertainty principle, and relationships work just like that. You can have shit lined up and it still not work. And you go, what the fuck? I followed my grandmother's blueprint, or I followed my auntie and them's blueprint. Why isn't this working? Or I created my own blueprint. Why isn't this working? Relationships do not work by linear thought. That's why I say when we talk about spirit and love and that high shit and maturity, that is some shit that is reserved for the very few. That's rarefied air. That's not some shit people just walk into.
But I want to say this because I want you guys to have some hope, honestly, at the end and the beginning of the day, right? Relationships, no matter how you get into them, whether you fall into them, you choose to get into them, you have that conversation about them. You should be happy. And hopefully your mate will be happy too. And within that context, that's what you protect. The happiness between the two of you. Everything else is bullshit.
I agree.
I agree. Love,
I like that.
Love has been
protect your happiness.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, again, it sounds good, but it could be dangerous because when you have to be careful how you frame it. If you say protect your happiness, now the desire to protect your happiness creates an enemy to protect against.
No, I'm saying I don't mean it in that way.
I know you don't mean it that way, but I'm saying the way the words are framed.
When I say that, that has to do with communication between you and your partner, meaning that you guys have a level of communication that you guys understand. Not everybody's going to understand your language.
Right.
That's why with these open relationships, not everybody understands how they work. And they work because they work for the people that make it work.
Well, not for, see again, the framing. Not for the people that make it work, for the people who have the tools, who have knowledge of the tools, who have access to the tools, who know how to apply the tools that will allow it to work.
And I got a lot of tools. I got a hoe, I got a rake.
Right, but I'm just saying most people don't have those tools, And they'll walk into a situation saying, well, we just got to make it work. And what they'll ultimately do is wind up staying in a situation longer than they should because they don't have the necessary tools to allow it to work.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Do you understand?
Yeah.
The framing?
I guess you have to be able to define happiness first.
Well, and not only that, you also have to sort of like, just continue to experience relationships. They get, deeper, and the more mature you get and the more you see in the world and what that means to you, it all applies to how all your relationships work and transcend, whether it's a friend or a lover or, it's interchangeable. So this is a heavy question, and this is for you, Zoe. This is from Dave Hamp from Facebook. Bay Area. Would any of this dynamic change if the harem mating was based less on debauchery and more on furthering the bloodlines and having kids? This style of life has traditionally only been allowed based on resources sponsoring party. That being said, would be the baseline requirement of a person ready for that, whether it's finances or resources or consciousness. Because I believe without requirements being both aware are met, this harem mate section is selfish endeavor for the person invoking privilege.
Well, he's just talking about he's talking about the old marriage construct where women were equal to chattel, equal to animal. There were possessions, there were property, they were that. That's when he's talking about resources and all of that kind of stuff. Again, if you're talking about matrilineal, this is how you get your royals, right? The royals interbreed through the woman because that's how you get your royalty. They got that from Egypt. In Africa, they all went through the woman. The woman side is what created the royal bloodlines. So, and all the way back to quote unquote Mary, right? The mother of Jesus. So the woman is the matrilineal bloodline to royalty. My thing is, if you're doing it like that, that's a social construct, right? That's legacy, that's family, that's a social construct, and it might not be any love there. But when you're talking about sex, when you're talking about open relationships, you're really talking about opening up yourself to experiences that raise you to the highest level if you're open to allow that to happen. Part of being open has nothing to do with fucking multiple people. Sometimes being open has to do with being vulnerable. And that's one thing most people are afraid to do is to be open and vulnerable, right? And relationship forces you in those situations because relationships will put you in situations where you are seen without your guard up.
But it also, vulnerability is one side of it, and then your strength is also another part of your testimony. What you will stand for, have, accept, or what you would like to go after in terms of your own personal desires. So, it could work both ways.
So, let me ask again. Monogamy. Good or bad thing? Healthy or unhealthy thing for intimate relationships?
I think it's a healthy thing if you choose that and that is your heart's desire. If that's what you want, then it's a great thing.
Framework. It has to be a little bit more open. Framework. You can choose something that is unhealthy for you.
Absolutely.
So if you don't know who you are and you choose monogamy, don't you choose wrong? Especially if you're not in alignment with that?
Whatever I'm doing, I'm always very close, if not 100% aware of who I am at that point and what it is that I want. And I wouldn't be picking anything under any other circumstances.
Right. Let me ask Whitney and of course Ashanti.
For me, I'm team. I like monogamy. I don't like change. I like the same thing. I want to know what I'm coming home to, what type of situation I'm in. I don't like switching it up.
But could that mindset, could that philosophy, be a deterrent to your ultimate happiness?
It could, but maybe
But the investigation has to start there before you get in the relationship.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I'm literally in my life journey. I'm doing that. Always been in those relationships because that's what I was told I'm supposed to do. Be a good girlfriend to all these little lames, and then you're going to be happy.
To all these little lames.
Shout out to Team Tabers, guys.
And but now, for the past 5 years, I've been on this explore who I am as a woman, and don't be ashamed, and don't do whatever the fuck you want. And that's I'm having a great time.
Oh, this is good. Ashanti.
Well, obviously the mind is like a parachute, right? It doesn't really work if it's not open. Right. So with that said, I can be open to the idea of having an open relationship, but I do not like it. I do not agree. I think that two people can be happy with just one another without bringing someone else into the relationship.
You're absolutely correct. I believe that too. I believe two people can be happy with each other. I believe that the different modalities of relationship, no question. What I will say is, people who do shit to placate others are living a lie, and they're on borrowed time, right? They're on borrowed time.
I mean, the way she said it, it sounded like jail. Like nobody wants to be in jail. They disagree with it. You know what I mean? And I won't be in prison. But one thing that I will do, and that I stand up for, is to like live past my own fears. So it's not something that, you know what I mean, like I'm afraid of, like to get through that. But not only to get through it, but to live through it and have no regrets about it. So to just sort of like live in that moment and enjoy every single thing that comes my way.
It's powerful.
So let me do this really quickly. Let me tell all of the family, the fans, and of course our show co-hosts who are with us, Veronica and Hecka. We're having phone issues here, so you probably won't be able to get in for the remainder of the show. I apologize. I'm getting signals that everybody is getting the voicemail. We apologize for that. There is some technical difficulties. We just shut the phone lines down. They just got crashed.
Sorry.
I mean, it's kind of what we do. So let me do this. Let me go around the table really quickly, starting with Ashanti. What are your 3 most limiting beliefs about relationships?
My 3 most limiting beliefs? What do you mean?
Shit you believe about relationships that can potentially cause the relationship to fail.
Well, I guess the first one, that the man is not supposed to be having sex with anybody else but me, according to this show.
The bullshit I heard tonight. Right?
That's the first one. Not having mutual respect for one another. And
that's your belief?
Yeah.
You lack mutual respect?
No. I thought you said what are things that
you should phrase that question a little better.
Maybe I'm confused about the question.
I just said it. What are your 3 most limiting beliefs about relationship? I said that. So you fall easy, Poples.
What I don't agree with, or
your 3 most limiting beliefs about relationship. Everybody has them.
You said it the same, but it's okay.
Exactly.
And learning to be in a relationship with someone and still allow them to exist in their own world.
Oh, wow. That's big. Woo. That's big. That's a big one.
Man.
That's a hard one.
Yeah. You know what? It comes to you because you know why? You're going to want to exist in your own world.
Yeah.
Well, she does that through control.
I am not a control freak. Get your
Janet on.
Get your Janet on. So you got 2 or no? You got 2 more or no?
Oh, so the last one was my only one?
No.
That's the only discernible one I got.
Look, he said she definitely
3.
had 3.
The other 2 would just passed me. That last one was hot fire. Right? Whitney?
For myself, like Ashanti said, faithfulness, I guess.
You're a cheater?
Nah, but I mean, if it happens, it might. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It might see something walk by, and it might. I need to be in touch to what I do and do what I want, because I am a control freak. So what? Anyway,
Team Taper.
No, the one thing I think for myself personally is the idea that Disney Channel kid. I'm Team Disney all day. That thought in my head of what I think I deserve and I need. I always pick the wrong ones because I think that's it, but that's one that really fucks me up.
Hysterical.
The last one, I mean, And honestly, like I think from the show, we've been all kind of talking. People get bored. I'm sorry. People get kind of stale.
Is this
bored,
one of your things?
This is one of my things. Like, I guess I might be into these open relationships because I mean, honestly, even back in the day, like there has been like old ladies who you're like, wait, why do I have an aunt who's not grandpa's? Oh damn, y'all been doing it since back 1842. Okay, cool. So being able to do what I want, man. That's what I do.
Neecole, Cockerham.
I think my 3 things would be not letting a person know that I care enough. That definitely will limit a relationship. The second is really that expectancy of another individual to do what they say.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
And then my third, that would limit a relationship. My third would be just 100% honesty.
You're not always honest?
Not that I'm not always honest, but sometimes you have honesty with reservations, and I don't necessarily consider that being 100% honest. You
Honesty
start
with reservations.
Because if you're honest and you hold something back, you're still doing that to protect either them or you.
I'll buy that for $1.
I want to know what point you get to where you can break through and just give it all and just let it do what it do.
That's real secure.
That was good shit right there. My 3 are impatience. Right? I don't have a lot of tolerance for people that aren't pedaling as fast as I am. Right? So I don't have a lot of tolerance for that. And that's a weakness because everybody can't pedal at the same rate or at the same speed, and people are evolving and changing at different speeds all the time. Yeah. Even when you find that special person you want to be with, each person is growing at their own rate, and they may get something you already get much later, or they may have gotten certain things that you haven't got much earlier than you. So from impatience, it branches out into judgment, right? Right? It branches out into that. You're like, oh man, you don't understand, and you're not ready, and it creates this, kind of angst and then once the impatience kicks in for me, there's also indifference. I jump into, are you here? Oh, I didn't. I thought that was a receptacle.
That's terrible.
Some type of trash can thing.
That's
okay.
Wow.
So I get
Oh,
like that. I get like, you're not here, kind of. That's kind of my energy, right? And it's a weakness because, again, like I spoke of earlier, it's really about observing yourself in that moment and then recognizing your impact on others.
But those are all predispositions too.
And then the other one is honesty for me. Right? Yep. For me, right? When I was younger, I was hella lying for no reason. Like
you
just
was that dude.
Random dumbass lies for no reason. It's almost like I did. It's not even almost. I undermined my own power. Because I even had a woman, this is like 20 years ago, I had a woman tell me straight up.
Don't lie.
No, she was like, listen, fuck everybody. It's okay. It was a long distance relationship. She was in Atlanta. I was in LA. She was like, you're a man. You're going to fuck. I already know it. Just wear a condom.
And you was like,
I'm not going to do that. I mean, you're the apple of my eye. What the fuck? And I was fucking on some dumb shit, right? Again, dishonesty for a man is like fucking the testosterone killer, right? It's really the respect killer for women. Like, once a woman fucking doesn't respect you, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap for everything, right? Everything. Right? She can believe in everything you're about, but if disrespect creeps in, like, this nigga ain't about shit. It erodes everything. So those were my 3: impatience, indifference, and honesty.
And then the trust thing too. Like I spoke about my situationship, which I think is
trust
kind of
is an illusion.
Honestly, like kind of low key perfect. Sure. But the person that I'm in the situationship with is literally like super chill, not in the scene, not really trying to holler at other chicks. So I'm like, woo, you know what I mean? I'm winning because I know for a fact that he's not gonna even try.
Yeah, you feel
anything else. I feel so
it.
good. I'm like, damn, this is nice.
Well, let me just do this. I want to get everybody's information, starting with Ashanti Ford. Where can they find you? How do they connect? How do they participate in your movement?
You can find me on YouTube. My webisodes are under Girl on Fire Production. You can hit me up on Twitter, Emergency TV, and of course Instagram, Ashanti Ford Live.
Whitney Tabor.
Oh, what's good, y'all? You can find
Team
me.
Tabor.
Hey, hashtag Team Tabor. You guys can find me on Instagram at Miss Tabor. You can also find me on www.misstabor.com, Twitter, Miss Tabor, Snapchat, WHITLEI. I mean, I'm all over the place. Just come find me if you can.
Cockerham.
Neecole C on Twitter. Neecole Cockerham on Facebook, and the one and only Neecole on Instagram.
Hey, I appreciate everybody. You can find me at IamZoeWilliams.com. I really need everybody to go out there and support my Indiegogo campaign. The Zoe What Morning Show, Relationship Dismount, Book Tour. I keep telling you guys, I mean, we only have 10 days left, and we've only reached 12% of 13% or something like that.
It was 11 last week.
Yeah, but, you know, Jesus, I need the help. I need us to push that because this Relationship Dismount book is a serious work. Go to Indiegogo and support the Zoe What Morning Show Relationship Dismount Tour. It's important. And then tomorrow, me and Corey Holcomb are doing the 5150 show. Wednesday, I'm on the Foxhole with... oh, yeah, that's right. I'm not doing that Wednesday. I'm taking my son to the doctor. That's yeah. And then Friday, I'm back here. So... we appreciate everybody for tuning in. You're listening to the Zoe What? The Voice of Reason.
Voice of Reason.
On Dash Radio.
Check you
Dash
out.
Radio. Could you turn off all of their mics while I wrap this up, please? Jesus. Thank you. Yes, Hot Button Radio. Dash is the app. Got to download it. Got to get it in order to hear the show. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Deuces.